Well, I don't know if it's big news. Well, I guess that we can they'll be the judge of that. But yeah, I do have
Yeah.
some fun updates about what's going on at Headway. The last time I spoke to the larger group like this, things were a little bit different. I like to think things have gotten a lot better, and we've improved upon what we've been working on. So we'll get into all that. I just want to make sure I want to pull this up on my
Let me see
on
here.
my phone. So if any questions come in, I want to be able to answer there.
Yeah, I'm pulling up on my end too. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Did it work? Yeah, we're live. Good.
Yeah, cool. Okay, we got.
If anyone comments, I'll be able to see right here.
Yeah, cool. And I'll keep an eye too. And I guess I'll turn it over to you, Dan, if you want to start. There's a number of announcements, so whatever you want to go with is perfect.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess we could just do it in order. So really, really cool. We just finalized and are doing appointments with our partnership with ZocDoc. So it's a perfect marriage between our two companies, and I can share a link about it to an article that was written in Business Insider about the two of us working together. Essentially, they have people coming to their website that want to see a therapy or therapist through their insurance. And before working with us, there weren't that many to choose from. And we have therapists that want to see patients, obviously, and boost referrals. And it was a perfect way to work together. And anyone who would like to be on the ZocDoc system is able to do that through Headway now. So as long as you have your Headway profile up to date, you have your availability up to date, we are then able to transfer that over to ZocDoc and get booked that way. So we're about week 2 of this. So there's still some things that are some bugs that are being worked out. And right now our focus is, although it's great if, a provider can get 30 referrals, that's not what our goal is right now. We want to make sure that all of our qualified therapists, we like to think that all of you guys are really qualified and great. We want to make sure that the wealth is being spread pretty evenly. So our goal is to get, like a handful of referrals for providers that are on there, not to build a 30-person caseload in a month. So we are now a referral network. I know last time we spoke, I wanted to hammer down that fact that we weren't, we were just that billing side of things, but we are able to help out with referrals now through that partnership. And also we are marketing our website a lot more. So providers are being found and booked through our website, which is really great. So yes, we are able to do a little bit more in the referral domain now, in addition to all the other stuff that we've discussed and you guys have heard about beforehand. So that's update number 1.
So let me ask you a question about that. So how do we get on ZocDoc? Do you guys automatically put us on there if we have a profile set up, or do they have to go and register somehow? Uh-oh. Okay.
I just wanted to get the comments up, and I was hearing double. Okay. No. So anyone who is joining Headway, going forward, is automatically put into that basket. And for people that have yet to, or if they'd like to be, right? So there's always you don't need to be. You won't be there unless you add availability and your Headway profile is set up. So like I know you, Kim, you're booked out, and so you don't have any opening slots on your Headway calendar, right? So that means you would not show up there. So if you have availability and you want to work with them, there's no cost associated with it. So it's kind of a great way to get on there. Now, for providers that joined before this started, there was an opt-in form that we sent out to all of the therapists that had openings. So if you didn't get that for whatever reason and you're listening to this, just shoot your rep either hello@headway.co or whoever you've spoken to at Headway. It's an easy thing. We just send you a quick form. So it's open to anyone, but you should have had some correspondence or be doctored into it already.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did get an email like a couple months ago that like
Right.
prompted me to go sign up.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So obviously you would say
Okay.
no to that, but a lot of people did. Or if you missed that, that's fine. It's not too late. Just, let us know.
Can you hear the thunder?
Yeah, you might have to go
Everybody,
outside.
there's a storm starting, so if I get up and run, that's why.
Yeah. So that's fine, Kim. So that's announcement number one. If there are any questions about that, let me know. I'm monitoring. The next thing, I'm glad we had this live today because as of 10 a.m. today, all of the provider accounts have live chat with our customer service team. So when we spoke last, the response time was maybe a day, 2 days, in very rare or in some circumstances. It's now 4 hours at the most. So if you were to email, you're going to get a response in 4 hours. However, we now have a live chat, and the average response time today was 47 seconds. So
Wow.
really exciting development from our, doing more for our network and our therapists. So when you log on to your Headway account and your provider profile, you will be able to see a contact us button, and then you can click chat now, and that'll get you connected with someone. I believe it's 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So that is always there for you to use. And hopefully that helps a lot of those quick questions that usually are taking a few hours to respond to via email. So
Okay. And that's Eastern time?
Eastern time. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to help a lot because in that Headway group I have, everybody's like, how do I get a hold of them? So that's awesome that you have the chat feature now. That's really cool.
Yeah. So the two best methods are hello@headway.co or that chat. And then obviously whoever you spoke to in the beginning, whether that be me or someone on my team, works as well. But yeah, definitely utilize that chat. I'm extremely excited about that.
Amazing.
And the next announcement is our new states. So I think that'll be exciting news for people to hear about. So right now we are seeing your providers are seeing patients in 11 states. And we are happy to announce that we'll be adding an additional 12 plus a territory, I guess you could say, but generally, really 13. So I'll read those out. Again, very early stages here. So this is, our first crack at launching into these new states. So, things are still up in the air as far as insurance companies we'll be working with. We're not going to be able to talk about rates at this exact time, but these are the next states that we're hoping to be in within, the latter half of this year, early next year. So I'll read those aloud right now, and I'll have Kim, post this as well, or email it out. But we're looking to work in Tennessee, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Oregon, Louisiana, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Arizona, and Ohio. Oh, and the biggest one is California.
There's one more.
Yeah, so that's where we'll be next. For some of you who have filled out your form to get in touch with someone from Headway, you may have been reached out to about being one of the, working with us in those states and in these early stages. So if you've been withholding to wait till we're officially about to launch in one of those states, you should hear from us in the near future. But if you're listening and you're in one of those states and you haven't gotten in touch with us yet, please do, because we'll be in about half the country by the end of the year, hopefully, which is super exciting for us.
That is amazing. Yeah. Okay, so they filled out the form before, because I know there's a lot of people that keep asking me like, hey, do you know if they're in Ohio yet or whatever? If they've already filled out that form, you guys will be reaching out to them. They don't need to go fill it out again or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we have your info. If you've sent in your info, you should be good. You should be good to hear from us. If not, feel free to shoot Kim a note or me a note, and I'll look into it. But we should. Things are very slow. Like we're not doing like an enormous influx of providers in all those states. We're at the very ground level here. But we will. Those are the next ones. So it's not going to be tomorrow, but certainly something to get excited about.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
is there like an estimate when you think things will be up and running, or is it like different for every state? Or
It's certainly different for each state. So I would say like my guess would be, maybe some states with some insurance carriers by the end of this year, and then like early winter, that at early next year for some others. So in that time frame, yeah. So not too distant future, but not in the next 2 weeks.
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so exciting.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned to this earlier about this, but somebody was wondering, like, how do they know which insurances are offered in their states if they're already like actively in the state, and will they know that? They just want to know what the process is, because somebody was asking me about Blue Cross, somebody was asking me about Aetna, so I said I'll just ask Dan when I've got him on.
Sure. Yeah. So it's completely different per state. So that's why we don't want to put on our website that we work with Blue Cross Blue Shield of whatever, because some states we don't, some states we do. So the way that we find out, you find out the specifics regarding your exact license and state is through a call with one of the people on my team or myself. So every person who joins Headway will typically speak to someone first and walk through your exact practice and then say it from there. By and large, we typically work with United and Aetna in most states, Cigna and a few others. And the goal would be to, obviously serve as many patients as possible. And that would mean, most likely working with a local or plan like a Blue Cross Blue Shield of the blank state, or, what with some of those more state-based ones. So that's our goal. We'd love to cover a large portion of the patient population. So if it'll be like a local plan and then the big national ones typically, but it does depend on the state for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So I hope that answers. I can't remember who asked me that, but I hope you're watching and that answers your question. Okay. So I think those are all the announcements, right? Or was there anything else?
No, that was all I had for right now.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I see there's 12 people here. I'm wondering if anybody has questions or if they want to know anything more about any of this.
Oh, I do have one more. I forgot.
Okay.
The self-pay piece. So.
That's. I thought there was something else.
Okay. More. That's the last one. So we started testing out the ability to do self-pay or private pay billing for providers. So we've been working with a select few providers to test out how this would work and what we would like to see out of it. And I don't have like a timeline, but we will be opening that up 99% sure to the larger group of providers that we work with. So that would mean being able to submit, or not submit, that's not the right verbiage, but process billing for patients that you might be seeing on cash or Venmo or check. And we can be the middle person between you and the patient for that. So in the same way we collect the copay from the patient, this would be, if your full fee is $120, we'll charge the patient's card $120, and then you get it in the paycheck. So what we're doing here is trying to make the process of working with insurance even easier by allowing things to be in one place, because I know right now you might have a simple practice or therapy notes or another EHR that you're using that doesn't sync with Headway, obviously. And we want, if you have a few patients that you're seeing cash-based or on an insurance company that we don't work with, we want you to be able to submit through us for that. We will have the functionality for the patients to download a super bill and submit claims. So yeah, we are trying to do more for the therapists in that way, making their lives a little easier by doing claims all in one place, or billing it all in one place. So again, I don't have a timeline for that. We're still like testing it out, but I don't know when the next time I'll be, doing one of these with you, Kim. So I just wanted to let people know that is in the pipeline for sure.
That's so cool. So they'll be able to download a super bill, but you guys don't have any plans to like file the out-of-network claims or anything like that. It would just be a super bill capability. Okay.
The PDF, exactly, would download.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh my gosh. I love Headway more and more every day. Really.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's why I always say this in this group. I'm not just promoting them to promote them. I really love Headway. And I love how you guys are, continuously changing to make it better for the provider and the client. And
Yeah.
I met with Jake of Headway. Is it Sussman?
Yeah, Jake Sussman. He is our one of the co-founders.
Yeah, I met with him and just, heard his story about his mom's a therapist, his dad's a psychiatrist, and his story
Yeah.
came because he was looking for affordable therapy to use his insurance and he couldn't find it. So I just love that story, and that's what prompted the start of Headway.
Absolutely. I mean, we are super like therapy centered or therapist centered. So that's kind of the story. Jake is one of the co-founders. His dad is a psychiatrist, his mom is a therapist. Got connected with a colleague, Andrew Adams, who you've probably seen on an article or two about Headway. He's the other co-founder. He couldn't find therapy in network and linked up with Jake. Obviously Jake has known about this world for a while, being his parents are in the field, and Andrew had real life experience with the problem, and then they came up with this idea.
Right.
Almost 3 years ago now. So,
wow.
A little over 2.5. So we're super therapist centered, obviously, as hopefully all of you know at this point.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. Okay, it looks like we have had a couple questions come in. Do you want to go through, or you want me to read them to you? What should be better for you?
Where am I?
Starts back with Tiffany Cutrone Scales.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so my first one that I see, Tiffany, here we go. There's an inner. So Tiffany, I'd have to look into your specific. I mean, I wouldn't be the one to look into that, but I'd have to look into the specifics. There's inaccurate info. So did you email the ZocDoc help team or the Headway help team? I think what needs to be done is email your rep, whoever you spoke to, whoever your first point of contact was.
With Headway.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was what happened, but yeah, like if there anything relating to ZocDoc goes through us.
Okay, so we can't log into ZocDoc and like change our profile or anything. It has to come through you guys.
Honestly, that's a great question. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know that part of the functionality, but I think that is the case. But I don't want to speak out of turn. I'm not the pro on the topic, but I can ask the person who is.
Okay, Tiffany, we'll come back and answer you once Dan gets an answer.
Yeah, I'll look. Yeah, I can message her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So just to clarify, do we have to opt in for ZocDoc, or is our profile now automatically added? Yeah. So if you have openings, so Tina, it depends on when you joined. I know that I worked with you to get you on. I forget whether it was directly before or after the date of our launch with ZocDoc. I'll check to see if your profile is with them. You do not have to opt in at this point. So if you join Headway, you have your availability, you have your highlight, you have your bio, you have your profile picture all set up, and you have at least 2 slots of weekly availability on your calendar. Once we do the process of creating your account over there, then you don't need to do anything. If it was before we had this, all of the provider network got an email saying, would you like to join? So I don't know specifically when you joined, but I will take a look at that for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
To the sign up form. The next question is just somebody saying they wish they had a link to where the live was because they couldn't find it.
We can post it in the event group also after the fact, so people can watch this. I'm recording it. Yeah. So Stephanie, basically just what we were talking about with ZocDoc in the beginning is that our therapists will be able to have a profile on there. It's not something that we're using as a way to get every therapist on our network 30 clients. Our goal is to generate a handful of referrals with the partnership and spread the wealth so everyone is able to grow their practice with us. So that's the goal. The way that you get on there is by just having your availability on your Headway calendar, your profile picture, your bio, your statement, your highlight. And then if you joined Headway, like let's say in November of last year, you should have received a form to opt in to the partnership, which means creating a profile there. If you didn't get that or didn't fill it out, that's okay. You just email someone on our team and we'll create that. Or if you join now and you do all those steps that I just outlined, you're all good to go. Typically, I believe a referral that comes from ZocDoc should be like, I believe they charge like $65 or so, but I just want to clarify that there's no cost associated with working with us and them. So there's no cost associated with anything. It's all free. Cynthia, if you're not listed and you'd like to be, you just email the person who you spoke to originally, and they'll take a look. It could be that something is just slightly off on your profile, or we didn't send you the opt-in form, or whatever it is. However, I know that there is a wait period in between when you join and when it goes live on there, just because we have to do some work with ZocDoc directly. So it's not like an overnight thing. So if you joined, let's say yesterday, in the last month or so, you might have to wait a little longer. So Cynthia, I'd have to look into your exact specific situation to figure out why you're not listed, because if you meet those parameters, you should. ZocDoc is a heavy topic of discussion here. That's great.
Yeah, everybody wants referrals. I mean, that's the big, they want to fill up their practices.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Did you answer Ellie? Did you see Ellie's question?
Oh, yeah. So there's Ellie. I'll send you a link. There's like a Wikipedia of Q&A questions about the process with ZocDoc. I wish I could say that I spearheaded that project. I just didn't. So I don't know the answer to the exact flow of what happens when a patient comes in, but I know that there is a resource library on the process, and I will get that sent to you if that works.
Cool. Oh, we got another question. Tina Teresa.
So it depends on the state. So Tina, what state are you talking about here?
Not contract with her yet, or can you talk about that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I know that there's probably a question or two out there about Florida. So we had the goal of working in Florida with the Florida Blue due to just things outside of our control. That's being held at this point, not on the docket for the short term. We still have the goal of doing so. I don't personally even know the exact specifics of the situation. Obviously, I'd love if all of us would love if we added that partnership, just because they're such a huge size of the patient population in Florida. But yeah, it's not happening right now, is what I can say.
Okay. Yeah, she did answer Florida down below. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the Blue Cross plans across several other states. Let me see for Texas. Yeah, so we're looking at a first appointment date in Texas of October 1st. So meaning that we'll be able to start facilitating appointments there relatively soon.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
That's good news, Cynthia. Cool. Okay. So any other questions, anybody? I think we got them all.
Right. Cool.
All
right. Well,
somebody asked North Carolina for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, so our contract with Blue Cross Blue Shield, yeah, it's the same. Our estimated date is the same one, 10/1. And I know that some of these timelines have probably moved since you last spoke. I get that. Some things are just out of our control. Some things move slower than we estimated. And it's probably a little slower than we had hoped and you had hoped, but it's still happening. Like, don't worry. These things are still certainly on the table, and are almost done, I'd say.
What about Virginia, Dan? Is Blue Cross already in Virginia? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're with Anthem. We're live, ready to rock with Anthem in Virginia. That one's done.
Oh, wow. I got to move my clients over there.
So we wrapped up Anthem in Georgia, Virginia, and one other state, maybe Colorado or something. Yeah, so we have another one there. Yeah, totally. Thank you. And then cool. Missouri, that was the question. Will we be coming to Missouri? That is not in our next 13 or so. We do have a date that we'd hope to be in all 50. It's not in the too distant future. So that's it. Hopefully, sometime next year we'll be in all 50. Unfortunately, Cindy, it's not happening in the next few weeks here though.
Cool. Too bad. Okay. Blue Cross Blue Shield Michigan, somebody wants to know.
Yeah, so we moved. We estimated all of the dates for the first live appointment to be pretty much October for all of those.
Oh, okay.
Those plans that have been asked. The specific one that we're hoping for is 10/15 for Michigan.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. Oh, Blue Cross Blue Shield in Virginia. Natalie, he just covered that they are live in Virginia. I didn't even know. So you can move all your Blue Cross people over if you want to.
Yeah, so good distinction though is just because we're live doesn't mean that everyone that means our contract is live. So we still have to go through the credentialing process to add people on.
Oh, right.
That could take a varying degree of time based on the insurance company and state. But we do have that contract. People are seeing patients with Anthem clients at this point in Virginia.
Awesome.
Susan, good question. What are the drawbacks to joining your network? I never say there's drawbacks. I think there's something in Headway for everyone. The only thing that you need to take into account is how it would fit into your current practice. So, I speak to a lot of people that might have a full-time private pay caseload, for example, and don't really want to take insurance or don't have insurance already. And there you're going to have to figure out, what you want to use us for. And it'll be an additional system that you'll have to wrestle with and figure out how to work into your flow. So if you're using Simple Practice, you're going to have to add Headway for billing onto your weekly or daily itinerary of things to do. So it's another thing to add to your practice. And if you're okay with that and the benefits outweigh the cost, which in most cases I think it does, then we're good for you. But there's no cost. There's no out-of-pocket cost to working with us. And right now we don't cover 100% of the plans across the country. So we're not able to cover every single person in your geographic area, but hopefully in time we'll be able to. But yeah, that's another thing. So if you want to be credentialed with a plan that we don't offer at this point, you'll have to do that outside of us. So not a drawback, but something you have to take into consideration as you're setting up your practice as well. But I would say Headway is a spectrum. There's a lot of things that we were able to help with and a lot of things that we have included with working with us. And there's typically something in there for everyone on that spectrum. And I would say can't hurt to just get on a call with someone on my team and talk about it and figure it out. And if it's not for you, which I hope it is, but if it's not for you, then that's okay. I think it's worth just talking to someone on my team or myself and seeing if it does make sense.
Yeah. And I'm dropping the link right now. I have a provider referral form. So if you want to meet with Dan or whoever is covering your area, if you fill out this form, it's just a discovery call, like you're not committing to anything, but they will answer all your questions more in depth than Dan is right here. That's where they can talk to you about like your rates and that sort of thing. Obviously something that's very, specific to location and insurance provider and even license type. It's all different. So they would talk to you about that in the phone call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And okay, I just put the link in there if anybody wants to talk to Dan.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Yeah. So I see 17 people here. Anybody else have a question? We probably won't have Dan back for like 3 or 4 months.
No, I'm gonna start coming in more regularly.
Oh, you are? Okay.
As the team grows at Headway, there's more stuff that happens quickly. So I think I'll have more a regular cadence of updates. So hopefully that's the goal.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah. Totally. Well, thank you. So just to recap for people that came in late, there's like 5 new things, right? You want to?
So we have ZocDoc. And again, if you have questions, that I didn't know the answer to, it would be really helpful if you could just send me a DM so I can hunt those down for you. It's helpful for me as well to learn about those things. So I would actually really appreciate if you could just shoot me a note about those. So you have your ZocDoc partnership. We have the new states. So we'll be in 12 states plus Washington, D.C. So that'll bring our total to 23 or 24. And then we are exploring and most likely leaning towards working with self-pay billing and providing super bills for clients. So not submitting the super bills, but allowing providers to use us as a way to charge clients that are out of network. So just, whatever your cash pay rate is, so you don't have to do cash or Venmo or check. And then the last one was as of 10 a.m. today, there is a live chat feature in all of our therapists' provider portals. So you'll be in touch with customer service within, if today's average holds, 47 seconds. So that'll cut down from our usual email response time of roughly 3 to 4 hours to under a minute. And that's located right in your provider profile. And you just click on the bottom left, there's a contact us button, click chat now, and then you'll be in touch with someone on my team, 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 Eastern time. So use that for all you need. My Facebook DMs are no longer the chat feature. You can go there.
I bet you're glad about that.
Yeah, for an even quicker response time.
That's awesome.
Yep, that's the
Thanks
summer.
so much, Dan. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Okay, any other questions? Going once, going twice. I think we got them all.
Cool. All right. Well, it's lovely to field these from everyone, and I appreciate those who tuned in and who will be tuning into some recording of this. We're always here to help. Let me know if you need anything, and I appreciate you, Kim, for letting me do this again. Yeah,
thanks for coming. I really appreciate it, and I love Headway, and I can't wait to see what else is going to come.
Yeah, me as well.
Cynthia says thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Esther.
Okay, Dan, well, take care, and thanks a lot.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, we'll see you guys later.